Justin Zabo, joined by my good friend PJ Green. How you doing, PJ?
I'm good, Justin. How you doing tonight?
I'm doing well, doing well. What'd you do today?
Um, Sat around, played some Xbox, wrote my preview for Georgia Southern, and I picked them to lose in the preview, but I picked them to win on Bowl Mania. So I think Bowl Mania counts more.
I'll agree with that. I will definitely agree with that.
Yeah, and basically did nothing all day. Oh, let me be the first to wish you a Merry Christmas Eve.
Yeah, Merry Christmas to you as well, and all of our listeners, and Happy Holidays if you don't celebrate Christmas.
Kwanzaa.
Apologize for that. My apologies. Um, yeah, we're the both of us write for sportstalkfeed.com. You can check us out on any browser that you know accepts websites. Um, we're gonna talk to you about any major sports, as far anything from the NFL to NBA, UFC, maybe dabble in a little pro wrestling and a little pop culture as we feel. Um, First, we're gonna talk about a little bit of the NFL. We're gonna review some of the games from last week and kind of some big moments. PJ, did you watch the Seahawks Browns game?
I caught bits and pieces, but now I didn't really watch it.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
didn't miss much. I was forced to watch it because I myself am a Browns fan.
yeah.
I feel disloyal if I don't watch a full game, no matter how bad it gets. But we had a couple big things come out of that game. We saw Doug Baldwin and Russell Wilson continue their absolute terror over the past few weeks.
Yeah, I
Doug,
think.
together they
Oh,
have 10 total touchdowns and 366 yards. That's freaking impressive.
oh, but he's still not an elite quarterback, according to your head coach.
My head coach doesn't know what elite means. Do you see who leads his team?
As if he has elite quarterbacks. Okay, that's cool.
He's never dealt with an elite quarterback from his time with the Jets, the Bills, the Browns. Never.
Oh
Never.
wow, no, didn't see one.
We also saw Browns tight end Gary Barnidge tie a franchise record in receiving touchdowns by a tight end in a single season. He tied great Ozzie Newsome, which is pretty impressive. I'm glad they re-signed him. He's a big part of our offense. He's very talented. I'm
Yeah,
glad he
he
I'm glad he didn't leave like Jordan Cameron did a couple years ago.
well, Cameron in his last years, he was injury prone. I know because he was on my fantasy team,
Yeah.
and it's like he did good for about the first 5 or 6 weeks, but then he had concussions. You know how those go.
Yeah.
You know, new league protocol and everything. He really couldn't see the field last year.
It
But
definitely helps that he sucks with the Dolphins now.
yeah, I
That
mean
makes me feel a lot better.
he went to the Dolphins who already have Charles Clay. So I don't know what he was trying to get at there.
Well, he's on the Bills now.
Oh yeah, Charles Clay is on the field. I keep getting that confused.
Yeah. Happens to the best of us.
Yeah.
We also saw a fantastic performance from David Johnson, which
Oh my gosh.
made me very, very happy because I played him this week and it led me to my fantasy football championship. It made me feel really, really good because it ended up going against Super Cam, which
Hey.
was very, very, very stressful. You would know, PJ. I was texting you during it. I was
Oh
very,
yeah.
very worried.
He was like, oh my gosh. Oh my god. It's like you at what you at? David Johnson and Calvin Johnson.
No, he had Calvin Johnson.
Oh yeah,
I
yeah.
had David Johnson and Michael Floyd. They got me about 50 points total
Michael
between the
Floyd.
two.
Michael Floyd has been doing good as of late.
Yeah.
Uh, he started out good, but then he got hurt and he hurt his foot or he hurt something like that.
Mhm.
But then once he started getting back on the field, oh man, he's been balling.
That dude tears it up no matter what. I'm happy I picked him up.
Yeah, Notre Dame wide receivers are they're coming out. They're coming out all the way from well,
Okay.
it kind of started with Justin Marshall. You know, he didn't even play in the NFL, even though he could have. Dude, Jeff Samardzija, dude was a baller now.
He is.
He was a baller as a wide receiver.
Oh
And then
yeah,
he got
that was back when I actually like Notre Dame. Now I hate them. I don't know when I turned, but I turned, and it's been downhill since then. But I loved them when they had Brady Quinn and Samardzija, even Tom Zbikowski.
oh yeah, it's a Bukowski.
He was a savage.
Just that name just
Yeah,
describes how he
yeah.
played.
He's a perfect white guy safety.
Eric Weddle Bukowski, exactly.
Yes. Speaking of my fantasy football matchup, when I went against Super Cam, he had a fantastic performance, dabbing all over the place, making everybody look like fools.
Everywhere. Uh that head nod. That head nod is everything. Did you see that at the Odell Beckham scored a touchdown and he just went to Cam and he's just like, okay, I see. I got you. Like,
Oh, dude, I love Cam Newton.
he was like, you give us a minute 30? Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm very surprised how well he's been playing this year.
Yeah, I'm glad he's made the step up to being a great quarterback, and I hope he continues it. Because when he had that car crash, I got scared.
I wasn't worried.
Well, they say he had a car and he cracked he fractured like two vertebrae or something like that.
He played the same week.
Yeah, but still, back injuries are no joke though.
They aren't. I will agree with you there. What do you think about people getting upset with Cam Newton for dancing?
Exactly what he said. Keep him out the end zone. If you keep him out the end zone, he doesn't dance.
That is the perfect rebuttal to that.
The thing is that like people have been so like because I remember the days of T.O. and like Chad Johnson trying to one up each other on doing touchdown celebrations. See, that's gone from today's NFL. Nobody has creative celebrations like that anymore.
It's not that. It's if you do anything fun, you get.
Yeah, exactly. You go get a fine.
Hashtag no fun league.
No fun league. And did you see what Ron Rivera said?
No, I did not.
My, like, cause what they had the pregame, like the bat and everything with Marcus Ball, and he was saying, no, we won't bring out the bat anymore, and it's called No Fun League for a reason.
Yeah, we'll come back to that in a little bit when we talk about Odell Beckham and his suspension.
Oh goodness.
Yeah. I think it's unfair that people just jump down Cam Newton's throat for celebrating, like
for having fun. That's always doing it, having fun with the game.
I mean, yeah, I get it because he's a quarterback. You want him to be calm, cool, and collected. But in the same hand, when he's dominating all over the place, you have to allow him to have fun.
Like you see Brady, just like going out, cussing people out in the field, even though he is Brady.
Right.
He's done it overtime. But I ain't even gonna say it. But I got to say it. I know
what you're saying.
Black quarterback.
That's
people used to them. People used to them being inaccurate and just running quarterbacks. And he is actually becoming a pocket passer in his own right.
Yeah. Did you see the vine of him putting a ball right under it was from a couple weeks ago. I don't remember who they were playing. I think it was the Falcons, where he threw the ball right under the defensive lineman's shoulder and then right past the linebacker's ear.
I saw that.
That was one of the most impressive throws I've ever seen in my life.
I saw that live. I was like, how first of all, the catch by Ed Dixon. Ed Dixon caught that with straight fingers. Mm-hmm. And then like they showed the replay, and I was like, how did he not bat down that ball?
Yeah, I had a tweet that said that I definitely thought the Falcons defense was inept.
Cam is absolutely one of the most, if not the most, got to be one of the most athletically gifted QBs ever to play the game.
It's crazy that he's doing it with
Teddy Ginn Jr.
Unbelievable.
Jericho Cotchery. It's like two has-beens.
Got Greg Olsen though.
He still has Greg Olsen.
Greg Olsen's the man.
Greg Olsen is the man. And like they were talking about it during the game, like when they were playing the Falcons, it's like, should you sit your star players since you're only coming down and you already clinched everything? But it's like when Greg Olsen went out because he was kind of shaken up. Ed Dixon comes in and just catches a touchdown pass. And like the play before that, Cam went out for like I think he was on the ground for a little bit, and then Derek Anderson comes in, just throws a 26-yard pass to get down to the 5-yard line. It's just like you might as well take them out because they are absolutely balling right now.
I actually got a little sense of security when I heard Derek Anderson was playing. I thought Cam Newton was out for the game. Going back to my fantasy matchup.
That was one play.
Yeah.
It was one play.
When I looked back at the score and he had another touchdown, I was flabbergasted at what happened. But I'm glad he's healthy. Glad he's playing well. I'm a big Cam Newton fan. I enjoy what he's been able to do.
Yeah, you gotta love Cam. Oh, how about early in the week, the Jets Cowboys on a Saturday night with bowl games?
Timeout. I have to talk about how the NFL has the worst marketing plan with that game. Thursday night football on Saturday is the worst marketing plan I've ever heard in my life.
Yeah, like Thursday night, Saturday. You might as well just go ahead and put SNF Saturday Night Football.
It's too comparable to Sunday Night Football.
I know it's too comparable with SNF, yeah, but still, like it's getting late in the season. It is December. There are bowl games that are very watchable, even if it's the small schools. Everybody loves to watch a bowl game.
It's even better with the small schools because they just put up a bunch of points.
Yeah, and they're small, so nobody knows them, and they get the grand stage. And so, like, there were about 5 or 6 games on Saturday. The Holy War with BYU, Utah, and you had Arizona, New Mexico before them, and then the Celebration Bowl with the black colleges. That was probably one of the best games of the day. And that came out at 12 before everything else. Mm-hmm. And then like I'm watching Georgia State and San Jose State, and I'm flipping like all around because I wrote a preview on the D2 championship, so I had to see that. And I wrote a preview on Georgia State, so I had to flip to that. And then I wanted to see App State play Ohio, so I had to flip to that. And it's like 8:30, and they were like, I look at the bottom line, and I see stats for Brandon Marshall. I'm like, oh yeah, there's an NFL game on. So it's like, I'm not flipping to that. Of course, I flip to it because it's NFL, but it's like, come on, man. Y'all wanna just dominate. I can't take y'all NFL.
Yeah, I was watching UFC during all those games.
Oh yeah, and I had to flip the UFC.
Yep.
Oh my gosh.
That had most of my attention. And my secondary attention went to Appalachian State, Ohio, because I wrote their preview on that. One of my high school teammates goes there. He's there starting left tackle.
Oh, nice.
Mike McQueen. Hopefully he goes to the NFL. Yeah, UFC. That was fun. That was a lot of competition with the NFL.
Yeah, it was
for such a poor game too.
Yeah, it was all right, but I'm glad Kellen Moore got a chance to impress.
I put the game on, saw Kellen Moore was in, turned UFC right back on.
No, but Kellen Moore, because I always loved Boise State ever since they beat Oklahoma that year, and it's just like it's like Kellen Moore when they played Georgia. I think it was 2011 or 2012 that they played Georgia in the Chick-fil-A kickoff. They straight routed us, and like that's when we had freshman Isaiah Crowell, and, like the dream team class, Ray Drew. Oh, shut up. Yeah, it's supposed to be like this great team, and it's like first game of the year, Boise State just comes up, slices and dices us, and it's Kellen Moore at quarterback, and it's like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, I'm up and down on Boise State. I like them when they beat Oklahoma. Then I think I didn't like them the next year. Liked them the next. Didn't like them the year after, and then haven't liked them for the last couple of years.
Yeah.
There's anything else in the NFL from the games the past weekend you want to touch on?
Broncos Steelers.
Yeah, forgot about that game.
That was a great game.
I misspoke of it because I was watching Browns Seahawks.
Oh yeah. No, I watched it out because it was only like 3 games on because that's 4 o'clock.
Yeah, right.
And so it was Broncos Steelers. I'm just watching like 27-13, my Steelers down. Because the Steelers are my team behind the Falcons. And so the Steelers down 27-13. I'm like, oh man, I don't know if he come back. So it was like late third.
Mhm.
It was like late third, early fourth. And then I like, I think I turned from it and I turned back. It was 27-27. I was like, oh, let's go. I was like, that's all I'm talking about. And then I don't remember any specific plays, but I know Antonio Brown. I know he beats it because I do remember him going off in that game, and that's the main reason why Steelers won. I think he scored a go-ahead touchdown in that game.
Yeah, he's so good.
Oh man.
There's not a man in the NFL that can cover him.
Oh man. Steelers Panthers. I would like to see Norman cover him.
Really, I'd like to see anybody but the Patriots in the Super Bowl.
Yeah. On Madden, like when you first get it, it's got like the cinematic thing with the Steelers and the Cardinals, and that's what people are predicting for the Super Bowl, and it's pretty realistic. Even though the Steelers haven't exactly locked up a playoff seed yet, but it's looking like it.
Yeah, they play. I think the Ravens and the Browns left the next 2 weeks. Yeah, so they'll be fine.
Yeah, it really helped that they beat the Bengals too with AJ McCarron.
AJ McCandoff.
AJ McCandoff. Gotta love him.
Speaking of the Broncos, who do you think should take over for them? Should they stay with Osweiler or go back to Manning when he's healthy?
That's not. I don't even know. I really think I would keep Osweiler in there, just because Peyton, cold weather. He's got a pop gun arm. His arm is basically falling off, and like he can't move out the pocket, so he's liable to take sacks. And now with Osweiler, he's an athletic, mobile quarterback. He was recruited to play basketball at Gonzaga, a great mid-major school for basketball.
Yeah.
And so like they're able to run Kubiak's scheme better. And so I think Osweiler's he's the better option right now, especially since Peyton's gonna be gone in the next 2 or 3 years. He should be gone. I'll give it 1 more year just to do his farewell tour, but he needs to be gone very soon because Osweiler needs to get in there and just take over.
I can agree with that, but I think they should stick with Peyton or go back to Peyton. Has probably the best quarterback mind ever to play the game. He's a genius. Even though his arm sucks, you still have to respect his brain. But yeah, that only gets you so far.
Yeah. If they could take Peyton's brain and put it in Osweiler's head, I think that would be good then.
Hey, maybe the past 4 or 5 years that Osweiler's been behind him.
Yeah.
He's only been behind him for 3 years.
Have they been 3 years together? I think he was drafted in 2012.
I think that's the year Peyton went to Denver.
Yeah. Yeah, because I always liked him out of Arizona State, especially playing with him at NCAA, like 6'7" quarterback. I'm like, oh yeah, flinging it downfield, and he does have a good running game to fall back on. Even though they kind of fall, they kind of up and down lately, and I think that's just the small backs that they have, like C.J. Anderson.
A big factor in my decision to stick with Peyton goes with their awesome defense, because that defense just turns Peyton Manning into a game manager, and he can be the best game manager ever to play the game.
True. That defense
just make simple throws, make right reads, don't do anything out of the ordinary. Don't have to do anything drastic. Just manage the game, put your team in the position to win, and your team will win games.
That defense is hellacious.
I actually want to see Peyton leave the Broncos in the offseason and go to the Cleveland Browns.
For what? For 2 years?
To play, quote unquote, play for another year.
I think
then be our GM.
I could agree with that. Because I think
he has a good relationship with the Haslam from their University of Tennessee connections.
Yep.
He has one of the best minds ever in football. He can be the next John Elway, a fantastic quarterback, one of the greatest of all time, and be one of the best general managers of all time.
You really could. I could see that happening. By play, you mean mentor Johnny Manziel.
By play, I mean mentor Johnny Manziel and be the backup to the backup to the backup.
Yeah, because like I really want Johnny to succeed. I really do. Even though he's basically a black quarterback in a white man's body. Yeah, I mean, he's basically like he's like you want to be Michael Vick, like really. And I just wanted to succeed so bad because of all the stuff they talking about. I'm like,
yeah,
Johnny.
I can respect that. I want to see Johnny just shove it down everybody's throat that he's actually a successful quarterback.
Oh yeah, just be like Johnny, dab on them folks. Nah, don't do that. Johnny, don't do that. Never mind.
Yeah, then Penn will bench him for having fun.
Oh yeah, exactly. Anything else from this week? My Falcons won. My Falcons won after 6-game losing streak. Good Lord.
What's going on with your team?
Man. I think honestly, the defense is doing decent. I think Dan Quinn, since I don't think he wants to like fully unload like the Braves are doing right now. The Braves are unloading their whole team, and I don't think Quinn can do that. And so I think he's just working with what he has, and the defense is pretty solid. And Matt Ryan, he has been the main reason for their struggles, just because, like, I think he's forcing stuff. He's forcing bad passes. He's making terrible decisions, and like easy things such as the handoff is getting to him. Like they've had probably about 5 or 6 fumbles this year just from handing the ball off. And then he's treating Julio like Jimmy Butler. Like Thibodeau ran Jimmy Butler into the ground. And I think he's doing that with Julio. Because Julio will leave the game with about 13 catches and 186 yards. With no touchdowns. And Roddy White, my good. I love Roddy White. Everybody loves Roddy White. But his time is gone. He will catch a ball, but he will not give you yards after catch. He will not. He will go down.
Yeah, it's hard to be successful for so long in the NFL. Not very many guys can do it.
Yeah, and Roddy, he's been doing it for the Falcons ever since he was a rookie. I remember him coming out of UAB. I was like, UAB? Who is this guy, Roddy White? And they like get to the Falcons. I'm like, oh, that dude's nice. That dude's nice. So he was a deep threat for so long, and now he's been in the league 10 years. I think it's time to let him go. Plus, we drafted Justin Hardy. And I think it's time Matt Ryan needs to spread the ball out more, basically. Like, everyone knows you're going to Julio. You don't have great options, but give him a chance, you know? You got small, quick receivers. Like, Leonard Hankerson, he did pretty well before he got hurt, but then we had to let him go. And so we got the rookie Justin Hardy playing the slot. Man, throw him the ball. Just spread the ball out more.
Yeah, back to what you said about the Braves being able to unload all their talent. It's different in football and baseball.
Yeah, exactly.
It's so much easier in baseball to just dump your talent.
They are literally dumping the whole team right now.
I mean, it makes sense. They're going to make a big push in 2017 after everyone's off their books. Thank you for taking Nick Swisher and Michael Bourne off my hands. I appreciate that.
Oh yeah,
that's very good.
No, the thing is, Michael Bourne balled for us for about 2 years. He did really good as a leadoff hitter.
It was longer than that.
No, it was only 2 years. I promise you.
I swear it was longer than that.
Michael Boyd, he was there for 2 years, and then they just let him go. Or I think they traded him.
No.
Yeah, I promise you. Because me and my dad were like, why did they let him go? Because he was doing great.
Because we signed him as a free agent from Atlanta.
And I guess the contract is for 2 years then. Or I guess his contract expired, they ain't signed him back or something like that.
I'm on it. I'm looking it up.
Yeah.
He was only there for 2 years. Oh yeah, yep. He was traded from Houston.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He was traded.
That's it.
And then his contract expired, so I guess they didn't sign him back.
Yeah, no one wanted to pay him what he wanted.
Yeah.
I was super happy when we signed him. I thought we got a good deal because he wanted like 72 million at the time, and we ended up getting him for 48 for 4 years, which is not that bad.
Yeah, and yeah, the Braves got this new GM, so it's just like, nah, just
You got
let
another
everybody
you
go.
got another new GM.
Yeah, because it was Frank Green, but they let him go,
Is it?
or he left. I think he might have left or something. I don't forget. I don't know the GM's name. I keep thinking about it, but I forgot.
I think you guys have John Hart now.
I think it is John Hart.
Yeah, he was the one that built the Indians in the '90s to be a superpower. Yeah,
Oh yes,
yeah,
that's why I'm excited because he traded for the number one pick from this last year, Dansby Swanson from
yeah,
Vanderbilt,
yeah.
and so I'm like, I like this. Let's go.
That was actually a really good deal for you guys. You guys made
That
out
was,
like scapegoats.
that was a very good deal.
You guys made out like bandits. That was a highway robbery.
Oh yeah,
We went off on a big tangent there. Let's get
yeah.
back to the NFL.
All right. I think week 15 is pretty much done.
Yeah, let's talk about Odell, who
Oh goodness.
was originally suspended one game for his actions against the Panthers, where he got into a little scuffle with Josh Norman a couple times. He even
Couple
dove at
times.
his face while standing over a pile.
My gosh.
Yeah, he ended up appealing his suspension, but the
Not
NFL
denied.
the NFL held it true, so he will not be playing this weekend against. Did they play? I don't remember who they play.
Who do they play? The Giants.
Yeah,
Giants are playing the Vikings. So
that's what I thought. I
very
didn't want to be wrong because I didn't say it.
very important game that he is missing.
Yeah, I'd probably go ahead and just eliminate them.
Yeah. Giants are done. The Vikings are up and down. Like there were high hopes for the Vikings, but they have had a good season.
Yeah, they're definitely a surprise team. Are they in a wild card spot now, or is it?
Yeah, because they're 9-5, and they're one game, or I think they're in first place. Are they in front of?
Packers are 10-4.
Oh, okay, yeah. So they're second place.
Yeah.
So they have about fourth seed right now.
Yeah, the Seahawks and the Vikings at 5 and 6.
Oh yeah.
Because the 4 division winners go first. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So yeah, he's missing a very important game. But then
what do you think? Do you think he should be suspended, or do you think the NFL is going a little too far?
No, he totally deserves that suspension.
Oof.
He totally deserves that suspension. Even though what I was listening to like the Monday Night Guys, which I normally don't do, but they were because I don't listen to commentary a whole lot. But I was listening to Trent Dilfer and like Ray Lewis and all them, and Trent Dilfer was saying he was like, I have the all-22, and the Panthers were toying with him all game, and he's like, it wasn't all on Odell. True, but Odell he has to know he's in the spotlight. He is the face of the NFL right now, and so for him to go like that, out like that, and just straight, he went at Josh Norman all game. He would go off of his assignment just to go hit Norman. It's just like, man, they fighting like two little girls out here. It's like it doesn't make sense. It's like, why are you doing this? Like, I get it. They talk trash. You have to block all that out, man. You have to be a real NFL player. Because he is a superstar. He has to play like it.
Yeah, I'm going to disagree with you.
Oh wow.
I think it's a little far for him to get suspended. This stuff happens all the time. It's part of the game.
I get that. I hear people say that. See, I get that. I like hard play. I like scuffles. Not necessarily scuffles, but scrappy play, like getting chippy or whatnot. But for him, he was all the way on the other side of the field. For him to come around and come to the pile and hit Norman on the side of his head, that's way too far. That's totally too far.
But you don't know some of the things that Norman said to him. He probably said some really personal stuff with some very out of line stuff that sent him off. And even I actually think this is ridiculous that Odell is quoting the baseball bat thing as feeling threatened on the field. Like, come on, you're not going to get hit with a baseball bat.
Oh my gosh.
The internet was funny on Monday when everyone was making Sting memes of Odell having to Sting, hold a baseball bat and stuff. Hilarious.
Oh my goodness. The thing is that trash talk is part of the game.
Exactly.
People go and say stuff. Like if you remember like 3-4 years ago, like Kevin Garnett told Carmelo Anthony, he said your girl tastes like Cheerios.
Mm-hmm.
Like people go trash talk. You the superstar in the NFL. You on the Madden cover as a rookie. You on the cover of Madden as a rookie, which is what, the first time ever?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you are a target. You have to understand that trash talk will come your way. Trash talk always comes this way. But I think he succumbed to the hype of this game, and people were hyping up the Odell versus Josh Norman matchup.
Yeah.
And it was great. It was great. But I think they went too far with the chippiness.
Tim Hasselbeck said that he thinks the NFL only suspended him because the referees lost control of the game, and that was their way to save themselves, which I agree completely. It makes all the sense in the world.
Mm-hmm. The refs did not police this one bit.
It was like the Wild Wild West.
What they do, 6 flags?
I didn't watch the game. I don't remember.
But they said they threw 6 flags on both of them, and like Josh Norman got 2 and Odell got 4. And so aren't there what? You only get 2 unsportsmanlike conducts, and then you reject it. How did he not get unsportsmanlike conduct? What did he get, unnecessary roughness?
I think just personal fouls.
Or personal foul? Come on, man. How you don't call unsportsmanlike conduct? Like on both of them, because Norman got fined like 26,000 something, just for 2 fouls.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like they just went overboard, because even in the Steelers Broncos game, there was another pile up where the Steelers offensive lineman just dove right after the play at a Broncos defender's head. I feel like it was Von Miller, but I'm probably wrong. I have no idea who it was.
It was safety David Bruton.
Oh, okay. Thank you for that. I had no idea who it was. I just assumed it was Von Miller because I like to say Von Miller's name, and I'm moving to this.
Oh, yeah.
No one spoke about that. That just flew under the radar. No one cared about that.
I did hear about that. Cody Wallace absolutely smashed him.
Murdered.
Yeah, and they said Bruton was already playing with a fractured leg. So I can't imagine the pain he felt during that game. Oh, yeah. Yeah, and one more thing I don't get about the Panthers. They had practice squad player Marcus Ball. He walked on the field with the bat, talking trash to the Giants. Now, here is a rule of football. If you are not suited up, you can't say anything. You have no respect during trash talk whatsoever.
Tell that to Adam Jones.
Adam Jones was hurt, though. He had a walking boot. Marcus Ball is a practice player.
Adam Jones was getting in people's faces trying to fight with a walking boot on. That's the same thing.
Still, he's not a practice player. Adam Jones is a key part of that Bengals defense.
Agreed.
Marcus Ball is a key part of that Panthers practice squad. So if you walking up to me with the bat, I'm be like, "Hey man, why you ain't suited up?" That's all I'm saying. Why you ain't suited up? You're not injured? You practice squad? Okay. I don't hear you. If you're not suited up playing against me, don't talk trash towards me.
Then that's on the Giants for being little girls about it. If you're gonna be afraid of a practice squad player, get out of here.
Yeah. See, that's on Odell. He let people get in his head. And one more thing towards the Giants, I saw nobody grab him on the sideline and tell him, "Hey man, you got to cool out with these penalties."
Yeah, there's not much leadership. We got a guy blowing his hand off in the offseason.
Oh goodness.
You got dudes throwing open hand punches with helmets on. That's not good.
Yeah.
It's never a good sign. You got the same guy jumping at people's faces. Just the wild west. Tom Coughlin needs to get some control.
And with tough military Tom Coughlin, I expect him to take players to the side and be like, "All right, that's enough." Because people always talk about how tough he is because from a military background and all this. And it's like, my dad was saying, like, he can't see everything. Of course you can't see everything. But Beckham had 4 flags. out of those 4 flags, once he got to the silence, she'd be like, "Hey, you are costing us this game."
But then he came back and scored a bunch of touchdowns to tie the game.
Well, then he scored 1 touchdown,
Right.
1 key touchdown. Okay, I give him that. But there has to be better leadership on that team. That's all what it comes down.
100%. 100%. Tom
Beckham,
Coughlin's feet is so hot.
Beckham has to grow up. The team needs to lead him the right way. That's all there is to it.
Yeah.
Panthers, they won. So what you gonna say?
Yeah. All right, let's move on to another NFL topic of a guy that should be in the NFL but isn't currently because he decided to have more fun than play football. A guy named Justin Blackman. You know more about the story. You go ahead and tell it.
Yeah, well, Justin Blackman over this past week, he got pulled over for another DUI, which is his third arrest this year and his 4th overall. And people say I look like Justin Blackman. Like, there's a picture of me, of Justin Blackman's face and my face, and it's actually pretty accurate. I'm not gonna lie. And with Justin Blackman, I wasn't even able to watch the game, but Oklahoma State played Georgia in 2011, and for the first game of the season, Justin Blackman absolutely killed us. He burned us over the middle. He burned us deep. He murdered us. And always liked Justin Blackman. Always had high hopes for him coming out. And for him and Josh Gordon, for them to squander their talents like that, just because they have a drinking problem. I hope Josh Gordon is making strides to getting back to the field. Justin Blackman doesn't look like it. Because I've never been intoxicated before, so I really can't say it. But I don't get how people get drunk and don't decide, like, all right, I'm not going to drive. Like, I'm too drunk to drive. Even though your inhibitions are lower. Yes, I get that. But it's still like, why do you think you can drink and drive? Like, I think you know more about that than me.
Especially in their scenario where they have people that they can just pay to drive them around.
Yeah, like you didn't have an Uber or a taxi or something.
So much money, call an Uber, get a taxi, whatever, or have a friend that just drive you around.
Yeah, what's your designated driver?
Crazy.
I just hope he gets his stuff right, and he's been suspended indefinitely since 2013. So
yeah,
that still amazes me.
Wasn't that from marijuana?
I think that was from marijuana, and also had DUIs previously.
Yeah, Josh Gordon is in the same scenario. He's suspended for the year for marijuana, but he's had a couple DUIs. I think he got in trouble for racing his supercars a couple times.
Yeah,
it's just a mess. I hope he gets his stuff figured out. I want him to come back and.
Oh yeah, because your Browns need wide receiver help.
Dude, so.
Oh my gosh,
our tallest receiver is like 5'8".
Let's try Brian Hartline and Taylor Gabriel.
Our starters are Brian Hartline, Taylor Gabriel. Dwayne Bowe never plays. He's played. It feels like 5 snaps all season.
Why did y'all sign him again? I didn't get that when that first happened.
I don't know. I loved it at first. You know, a guy that's like 6'3", a decent receivers had.
That's
like,
good.
He had like 800 yards last year. Granted, no touchdowns because no one on that offense had a touchdown last year. Only Travis Kelce. Only Travis Kelce and
Jamal Charles
touchdowns. It was so annoying. But yeah, I was happy at first, but I hate him now. Especially there was a news article published by Cleveland.com recently where he talked about why he doesn't play and he thinks he could still play. That rubbed me the wrong way. Obviously, if you could still play, you'd be playing. You would not be letting a quarterback get more receiver time than you.
Hey, he cashing that check. He cashing that check at the end of the week, so I don't think he worried about nothing.
that definitely does not make me feel any better.
Yeah, wasn't he like? Is he labeled hurt? Is he injured?
He's a healthy scratch every week.
I don't get that. Yeah, I don't understand that.
You're paying him $12 million for 2 years, 9 guaranteed, I believe, to just be a healthy scratch.
He cashing that check because he know the Browns ain't going nowhere. So you know what? Let's sit back.
Yep. I just want Josh Gordon back to make Johnny Manziel look good. Like he made Josh Johnson look good. Is that Josh Johnson? No,
Nah, McCown.
no. 2 years ago, the year
Okay.
before we had Brian Hoyer. I can't
Uh,
remember his name.
I'm trying to think Browns, but Bowling Green is coming up in my mind.
I'll figure it out. You talk about something.
All right. So what we got next? Conor McGregor,
Okay.
who surprisingly knocked Jose Aldo out in 13 seconds.
The knockout was not surprising, but the quickness of the knockout was what was.
The quickness was surprising. I honestly expected Jose Aldo to come out there and get stuff done, but McGregor, like I was on Twitter scrolling before the match started, and then I see it's all over by like Fox Sports. So I was like, no, they must be talking about the match before this. But then I look at my computer because that's where I streamed it from.
Mhm.
I was like, no. I was like, oh, are you kidding me?
Yeah, I was streaming it too. I was a little behind. The fight started while everyone was still doing the introduction, so I was on Twitter just scrolling, and I saw, no, I'm the worst gambler ever, and I'm like, no. I just put my phone down. I just watched. I was like, I know McGregor just knocked him out in like 5 seconds. I knew it happened.
Like, no, it isn't. I was like, no, and like the fight before that, I forgot who it was. But
before that was
yeah,
Weidman
Weidman.
Rockhold, yeah.
Yeah, and I was like, wasn't Weidman getting rocked?
Yeah, he was getting beat down.
Yeah. I was like, look at Weidman all bloody face and getting his face bashed in. And I'm just like, y'all didn't stop this fight. Y'all didn't stop this fight forever. But then McGregor comes in, and I'm just like, 13 seconds. I was like, no, not after you just saw that. I was like, no way.
They were both very fun fights. Even though that McGregor's was 13 seconds, the excitement was well worth it. The hype, the excitement of just a 13-second knockout was well worth it. I saw a lot of people on Twitter like, "Oh, this was not worth my money." Come on,
yeah, it was.
That was the most excitement you've ever felt in a while. The whole card was great.
Yeah. The whole thing was great. But the thing is that the hype is what people felt.
I hate Conor McGregor. I can't stand him. I like guys that have a little edge to them, that aren't afraid to, talk,
right,
angry. But I just think he does it too much. He just tries too hard to do it.
Yeah, I think so.
Just snatching titles away from people, just hanging out, jumping over the cage, getting in guys' faces. Like, come on, dude. You haven't earned anything yet. Well, now obviously he has.
Now,
prior to that, that was not good. Not good for me. I didn't like that at all.
Yeah, because like before he got big and famous, it was like Conor McGregor. I saw him as like the crazy Irishman, and like I see him snatching belts. I'm like, see, I like my champs. Like, I like humbleness. I mean, that's just me. I like people to be humble and just be great at their craft. Have some edge. Have some trash talk. Yes, I like trash talk, but let your fighting speak for itself. That's what I like more in a champ. But thing is, if you talk and back it up, people can't say anything but have respect for you.
So the real question here is, should the UFC allow him to be both a featherweight champion and contend for the lightweight championship?
If he can. If he can win both. I like to see him win the lightweight first.
Yeah, in a lot of cases, they prevent a guy from changing classes. He has to drop the belt before he can officially join the other class. But I can see them allowing to be the champion in both. The weight difference is 5 pounds, and he right now is the featherweight champion, which is 145, and the lightweight is 150, so it'll be an easier cut. The only problem is jamming both the divisions together with like title reigns and title fights.
That would be a little difficult because of the medical suspensions and whatnot.
It would be like 3 fight each belt would probably have to be fought in like 5, 6, 7 month intervals.
Right. Because what's the average? What's the average fighters fight count for 1 year? Like the average UFC fighter, what about four? Who are contending for a championship?
Champions are usually 2 to 3, 3 at the most. But other guys are 4, 5.
4 or 5, because they're still trying to climb up the ladder.
Well, like Cerrone has fought 4 times this year alone.
Oh yeah. Well, it's December now, so the year's
Well,
almost
yeah,
over.
but he fought twice in a matter of a week.
Oh wow.
Yeah, he fought Miles Jury at the UFC whatever last January. He beat him in a unanimous decision, completely dominated him. He couldn't finish him the whole time, but just kept running in circles, and he was able to fight a week later against. He was a fill-in against Benson Henderson. So that just tells you how bad he beat Miles Jury, because he was able to fight a week later when medical suspensions are usually
Yeah.
like
30,
3 to 4 weeks. Yeah.
Yeah, 30 to 60 days at a time,
Yeah.
sometimes 120.
Yeah.
Yeah, but shoot, if McGregor can do it, then I just like to see him do it.
That would be such a draw for the UFC.
Oh my goodness.
The dude's gonna make them so much money, and I
Because
hate it.
with the fall, I'm saying this in air quotes, because Ronda Rousey hasn't exactly fallen, but she suffered her first loss ever since like her judo days.
She was the most overhyped fighter.
Yeah, because what she had what, the armbar.
Armbar and just tosses people with her judo.
All she want to do is judo and armbar. That's pretty much everything.
She got herself in trouble when she tried to do the John Jones method, where John Jones is the best fighter in the world, and he decides that he will go into the other fighter's kitchen and go in their refrigerator and use he will use their style against them, but he's good enough to do it and succeed.
Yeah.
She tried to stand up against Holly Holm, and that did not work out.
And
if she tried to get in there and take her down, she would have won the fight.
Yeah, and Holm is a great striker, and so
she's like a super boxing champ. She's a lot of boxing history.
Yeah, so I knew Rousey was in trouble. I'm like, a striker, because she hasn't really fought in great strikers before.
Yeah,
but boxing champ, I was like, yeah, she's in trouble, and that leg kick knocked her out.
That was bad. Quickly, we're going to go back to the Josh Gordon conversation, because I figured out who the quarterback was when he had a record season and he played like half the games. It was Jason Campbell.
Jason Campbell from Auburn.
Not Josh Johnson.
Jason
Campbell. They're basically the same person anyway. So
yeah. Oh, do you remember that Auburn team with Jason Campbell, Cadillac Williams, and Ronnie Brown?
Faintly.
I remember a little bit, but I do remember them balling. Like, they straight balled out. The thing is, that was still with Tommy Tuberville. And I still didn't, like, I saw what Cadillac and Ronnie Brown went in the first round. Honestly, didn't think they were that good. And they ended up not being that good in the NFL. But Ronnie Brown, I think he's still in the free agency. Yeah. And he's played about a good 7 or 8 years. And then you got Cadillac Williams, who was more of the scat back speedster. He got drafted to Tampa, played about 4 or 5 years, 6 years. And then I think his knees were his problem.
That's common with running backs. It's hard to be good for a long time. Only the super freaks like Adrian Peterson can sustain it.
Yeah.
Do you have any bowl games you're looking forward to in the next week?
Bowl games. Virginia Tech and Tulsa, because I've always liked Virginia Tech.
Is Beamer still their coach, or is he playing through the bowl season, or is he done now?
I think this will be Beamer's last game.
Okay, that's must watch TV.
Must watch. Beamer's last salute. Oh, coming up later today is San Diego State and Cincinnati. I think that's gonna be a pretty good game, because Cincinnati is gonna be without Gunnar Kiel, who was the #1 quarterback, hyped up. Transferred about 3 different schools and finally settled on Cincinnati.
It was just from Notre Dame to Cincinnati.
No, he was what? Oh yeah, I remember Les Miles got back because he committed to LSU. Yeah. He committed.
Yeah,
he was so salty over that. He was like, you know what? We don't need him. He's what is it? What is like real quarterbacks come to LSU or something like that.
That's hilarious because
it was
their best quarterback in the past 10 years was Matt Flynn, and he started like 3 games his entire career.
I remember he went to Seattle and got paid. Went to Seattle and got paid. It was like three years, what, $20 million just for one game that he played against Detroit. That he went for 5 touchdowns.
Same thing happened in Green Bay too.
Yeah,
he threw like 6 touchdown passes, and they're like, "Dude, here's an empty check. We want you back."
Yeah. It's like he went to Seattle, bench Russell Wilson, rookie year start.
Was that Matt Flynn or was that Tavares or was it both?
Might have been both. I think Tavares might still be with Seattle.
Yeah, he's their backup still, I believe.
Oh. Wow. What about his fall? He started for like 2 seasons in Seattle, didn't he?
Yeah, but they were bad.
Yeah, after Hasselbeck left.
Yeah, they were bad with him. So it wasn't like a fall. It was just he had a crappy team. He wasn't that good of a quarterback. They didn't have a better option. So
he wasn't
threw him in there.
He wasn't that good, but still.
Yeah.
He
wasn't good, but he wasn't terrible.
I just scrambled with him in Madden. That's all I did.
Yeah.
All right, back to bowl games though. How about Miami and Washington State? That might be a shootout.
I don't know. I'm not sold on Miami. They're not good.
Yeah, Miami is getting most of the votes right now. I don't see how they're the favorite. The thing is,
because people don't know anything about the other team.
The thing is, Washington State, Mike Leach has got them playing ball.
I love Mike Leach. I love him. He's such a he's not that good of a coach, but he brings so much energy to his team.
He has the best interviews.
Yes.
Like one of my wide receivers coach at Savannah State. I play for Savannah State, by the way, linebacker. Look me up. One of my wide receiver coaches, he was the other wide receiver when Crabtree was there. And so like we were just sitting in his office going through his past interviews. And like Mike going through Mike Leach's past interviews. Talking about, remember the sissy little girlfriends or the fat little girlfriends? he was, and like one time he went up in the locker room and he was talking Mike Leach would Mike Leach would just go off and like he would just sit back and laugh in the background. Like Mike Leach would go off after a win. They would get a blowout win. And he would still go off on the team.
He has a great interview compilation on YouTube somewhere. I don't know the title, but just search his interviews. They're laugh out loud funny. Each and every single one is just A+ television.
It is fantastic. But yeah, Mike Leach got Washington State playing ball. And if Luke Falk isn't playing, I will go with Miami. Just because they didn't do well without Falk at quarterback. And yeah. UCLA, Nebraska. I don't know why Nebraska's in a bowl game. They're 5-7.
There's a couple 5-7 teams.
Yeah, just because of APR and whatnot.
And bringing a lot of money.
Yeah, UCLA with Josh the Rosen one. the freshman phenom quarterback who's had
a hot tub in his dorm room.
Oh my God, no! Tell me you saw him. The girl had her number. Like she's like, call me Josh, and then they end up with the hot tub in his room.
Yes, that's awesome.
I was like, bro,
that's so funny.
You the man. I was like, you the man for that.
I wish I was a college athlete.
Oh yeah, it's good. I'm at an FCS black college, so I mean it's all right. But we're not. We haven't won. We've won one game. We won 2 games in the past 3 years. We're struggling. We're in a struggle, but we're rising up.
It's better than no games.
True. Pitt Navy.
Yep, I like that one.
Keenan Rendell send-off. My Heisman winner for 2015.
Retweet.
Oh my gosh. And Pitt, who has done pretty well without James Conner at running back.
Yeah. I like what Narduzzi's done with them.
Yeah, Pitt is coming back to the light, if you want to call it that. Central Michigan, Minnesota.
I have that one as well.
That's going to be a good one. My boy Jalen Myrick is a great corner for Minnesota. He's a junior, and hopefully he stays because he's thinking about leaving. But I think he should stay because he's like this. He's like the third corner, but he's still balling. So, and the 2 corners in front of him are both seniors, and Like their whole secondary is good. So if he stays one more year and shines as a senior, he'll improve his draft stock.
I'm very surprised at how far Minnesota fell down the ranks. They were
Yeah,
they were competing for the Big Ten title last year. Well, close to it.
yeah.
But I'm really interested to see if they're still running off of Jerry Magic.
Yeah. Well, Jerry did retire in the middle of the year, didn't he?
Yeah. So they played well because of his motivated because of his retirement.
Right.
That's what I mean. The Jerry Magic baby.
Yeah, Jerry Magic. And UNC Baylor. That'll be the last one we cover before all the New Year's ones. And Baylor, oh my gosh, Baylor.
Are they down to the like fifth quarterback?
They are down to what, their third string quarterback. they went from Seth Russell to Jarrett Stidham, who was a good quarterback.
He played very well.
He played very well. And they're down to what's the next quarterback's name? Because I forgot.
I don't know it off the top of my head.
I think it's something Johnson or something like that.
Sounds about right.
I'll look it up. But Baylor losing Corey Coleman, that's a big blow.
UNC is good. I feel like they're gonna just blow them out of the water.
UNC is good,
very good,
and
they're getting better, which is scary.
And yeah, well,
they finally have a good defense.
Marquise Williams has found consistency. Thank goodness, because he's been a good quarterback for his whole career, but he just had to stay consistent, stay on the right road, and I think he's done that this year, obviously. Oh yeah, Chris Johnson. Chris Johnson is their starting quarterback going into this game.
Yeah.
Who is a former wide receiver?
Could be good, could be bad.
Yeah, who knows? And what was the other quarterback that started against Texas with the great name? I gotta look that up too. Good Lord. But yeah,
we're gonna have some more breakdowns coming in next week when I have our next installment of the show.
Yeah, look out for our previews of these bowl games coming up.
Yes, we'll be previewing most of these games over at sportstalkfeed.com, where both of us write for the NCAA football section and the NFL section. We're gonna have some of our other writers on here every once in a while to discuss some big moments with the teams they cover.
Yeah, when we have a dilemma like for specific teams, like Odell, we could have brought our Giants expert on.
Yeah, I don't think we have one yet, but yeah, we're still growing. We're trying to expand as much as possible. We're doing our best.
Yeah, and let's try to make these quick so we can wrap this up.
Yeah.
The Christmas basketball games.
Yeah.
Games all day long. I saw the schedule. It was like 12, 2:30, 5, 8,
and 11.
10, 11.
10 or 11, yeah.
Who's like I love basketball. I like watching basketball. I don't love watching basketball. I love watching football. But I just like watching basketball. I can't watch it all day long.
I love watching football. I enjoy watching basketball when there's no football on.
Yeah.
Or when it's my Cavs. So I'll definitely be watching that 5:00 game.
Of course. I'll be watching that too.
I was really hoping that the Warriors stayed undefeated and the Cavs gave them their first loss.
Dream deferred. Y'all can still give them a loss though.
Of course, but it would have felt sweeter to be the first loss.
Oh, yes, it would have.
And deep down, I was really hoping this would have been Kyrie Irving's first game back. And it would just been a surprise return, like WWE style.
Oh, yeah.
Like he's just he doesn't even warm up on the court. He just warms up in the back. Like he just comes out during the introductions, his music hits, and the crowd just goes wild.
And it's like, and it's John Cena.
Exactly. That would have been perfect.
I remember with Cena making his return at Royal Rumble. in like 2009.
It was like I think 2008. Yeah, 2008,
2008.
2009, something like
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
And I watched like that whole year. I was like, no, they hurt seeing it. But yeah, but then I didn't know about streaming on my computer, so I never watched the pay-per-views. But then I like looked on the WWE.com website. I was like, Cena's back, and he won the Royal Rumble. I'm like, let's go. And
Yeah, I
then I'm
didn't
like,
start streaming stuff until I turned like 15, until I figured out how the internet worked.
same.
But now I have the network, so I just watch everything.
Yeah, I have the network.
Dude, the network's awesome. Whenever I get bored, I just watch old wrestling get matches and stuff. It's so awesome.
I was
I'm such a wrestling guy.
I used to be as a kid, but then I like at the turn of high school, I was like,
Yeah, I kind of faded away off in high school because I was busy Monday nights watching like with football and stuff.
right.
So I kind of ran out of time, but now I have nothing else to do during the week, so I'm all WWE.
Yeah, because like when I was like a kid in middle school, I would just watch Cena's rap battles. I was just
Dude,
like,
that was the best.
Cena's rap battles were everything, especially with that Japanese guy that was in the little like American flag hat and American flag suit, and it's like him and this little Japanese woman, and John Cena's like, you can take a look at the dragon in my pants. I was like, oh my goodness.
Yeah, when he came back as the Doctor of Thugonomics in like 2012 to feud with The Rock,
Oh,
when he came back as that, it was in Cleveland, and I was so upset that I wasn't there for that.
Yeah. Military vet John Cena, Doctor of Thugonomics.
He's not a military vet,
Yeah, no, he was in the military.
really. I don't
Yeah, I
remember
think
that.
I think he was.
I think you're thinking of Randy Orton.
No,
I know for a fact Randy Orton was in there, and he got uh, unhonorably discharged.
John Cena was in the Marine. Therefore, he's a military vet.
Yeah, Randy Orton was supposed to be the second Marine, but because of his dishonorable discharge, it was like, no, you can't do this.
Oh, that's cold. Oh yeah, it was Ted DiBiase instead.
Ted DiBiase, yeah.
Oh,
Then my boy The Miz was third. Shout out to The Miz because he's another Cleveland boy. Shout out to the squad.
Oh my god! All right, back to Christmas basketball. First up, we got Pelicans and Heat, which is not very intriguing in my book.
Not at all.
You got a fading Dwayne Wade, but an exciting Hassan Whiteside.
He's okay,
He's rising up. Then Pelicans got Anthony Davis.
and that's it. And the rest of their team is a snooze fest.
Yeah, that's all I'm gonna watch for. And next at 2:30, you got Bulls Thunder.
This game I will probably be watching. I like to watch the Thunder.
Bulls Thunder is looking good. Is Rose back?
Did he ever go out?
I'm just making sure.
I think. I got you.
Because he gets hurt. He gets hurt every other week.
Now we're seeing eye to eye. I get you.
I'm trying to make sure he's playing.
Yeah, I'm confident he's playing. But the Bulls are looking to trade all their players, so it's weird. They're trying to trade Joakim Noah, Taj Gibson.
Why?
Because they stink.
In my player, they traded Taj Gibson for Aaron Baines.
It's not a bad deal.
No, Taj Gibson got back. Taj Gibson did work for me. Aaron Baines does nothing. All right. Not down with the video game right now. Look, the Thunder, KD's balling.
KD and Westbrook are one of the best 1-2 punches in the league.
Then you got Enes Kanter becoming one of the best centers in the league.
Offensively, his defense.
Offensive, of
terrible.
course. He came from Kentucky.
But that's what they have Steven Adams for.
True. They have him as Steven Adams? I thought they traded Steven Adams.
No, dude, have you seen his new hairstyle?
No. Is it a mohawk?
No, it's like a gross man bun, like a man bun. And he has the Adam Morrison mustache.
Oh, no.
Oh, it's so funny.
Oh, no.
So
Well, he is from New Zealand.
He at least had that a week ago when he played the Cavs.
Oh, wow. All right, next up, we got the game of the day. Cavs Warriors.
Woo!
That is going to be fun to watch.
That's going to be so fun to watch.
How about the debate of like Warriors versus the 86 Bulls?
96.
Oh, 96. Okay, excuse me. Yeah, Charles Barkley's like, man, the Bulls were not terrible. They would beat the Warriors. The Warriors are terrible compared to the 96 Bulls.
Yeah. Whoever says that they're comparable is an idiot.
No, Charles Barkley he basically wants to do a 2K playout version of 96 Bulls against 2015 Warriors.
That's dumb.
I would like that. I would like to play that though.
I would enjoy to play that, but
Well, go ahead.
there's not a single person on the planet that can stop Michael Jordan in 2K.
Oh, and in his prime, who would stop him from the Warriors?
Maybe Kawhi Leonard.
Who does LeBron?
I mean, not from the Warriors, but
right
in general, because LeBron is currently the best player on the planet, and Kawhi Leonard puts him in handcuffs every time.
A couple hours ago, Steph Curry said he's the best player in the world. Oh, okay, Steph. Okay, okay, Steph. Who's LeBron gonna guard in this game?
It'll probably vary. Who's ever hot?
What? Draymond, Steph, Clay.
It'll be between Clay, Draymond, and probably Andre.
Yeah, that's one game that I am genuinely ready to see, unless I'm taking a nap from Christmas dinner.
Yeah,
because I can't wait for Christmas dinner. Oh my god,
yeah.
I'm ready to pick out. All right, at 8:00 we got Spurs Rockets. Yeah,
the Spurs are going to be the first team to hold the Rockets to 80 points this season.
Oh my gosh! Who you going with? James Harden and Dwight?
No.
Who are the Rockets scoring threats besides James Harden?
Dude, they score like 100 points every game.
Oh yeah, they sure do.
Every time I see their line when I look to gamble, I always take their over, no matter over. I don't care. No matter what the over is, I'm taking it. I don't care. They just score, and they don't play defense.
I'm not a gambling man per se, unless it's almost definite, because nothing in gambling is ever definite.
That's a definite. The over is a definite. Because they don't stop scoring and they don't play defense.
Yeah, you got granddaddy Tim Duncan still playing basketball, still balling. Isn't Tony Parker? Yeah, the big three is still playing.
No, they're still playing. They're just older and wiser.
Just when you think they're done.
They have Kawhi Leonard, who is a freak. He's so good. So goddamn good. It's so annoying.
Kawhi Leonard is almost the best small forward outside of LeBron and KD.
He's the best defensive. He's the best defensive small forward. Probably the best defensive player in the league, no doubt.
Absolutely best defender in the league.
He has the best case because he's the only guy that puts LeBron in handcuffs.
Oh, that is very true. Oh, how about is Dwight Howard soft?
Yeah.
I
believe anything Kobe Bryant says.
I like Dwight Howard, but I see Kobe just like soft. Like Dwight has at the free throw line, Kobe just like, "Oh, you're soft."
Yeah, he's not good anymore. I don't know what happened. He just fell off the face of the earth. He is not a good player anymore.
He used to be the Bangarang best center in the league. Like when you think center, you thought Dwight Howard, but there are no more traditional centers anymore.
There are, but they're on their way out. You still have Cousins.
But Cousins can shoot still. Like he's not like that. Well, he's part of the new NBA, the versatile athlete.
Yeah,
Cousins can post you up on the box and bang you from the three.
When I think of not true centers, I think of guys that usually play the 4 and the 5, not just the 5. Like Boogie just plays the 5, but he can shoot.
Yeah. Center. Yeah, center. What? Anthony Davis is power forward.
He's a power forward that plays big at the 5. Like Mozgov's a 5.
Yeah, like Horford. I love my boy Horford, but he's not a true 5. What? Let me discard that. I think he's more of a power forward, but he plays the 5 very well.
I feel like he's too big and lanky to be a 4.
What?
Wasn't he
What?
like 7 foot tall?
No, he's 6'10", probably like 250. I just honestly thought that he was better suited at power forward, and that we should get like somebody bigger for
I mean,
the,
it's
the
hard.
5.
Those 7 footers
Yeah,
don't grow on trees.
yeah. I mean, let's see. Good lord, how about Kristaps? I saw him like blocking LeBron tonight.
Porzingis. Yeah, I forgot to watch that game. I forgot they were playing.
What do they call him with Godzingis? Um,
Godzingis. I like it.
Yeah, God.
I'm a fan. I'm a fan of Godzingis.
Anytime you go into blasphemy, I think you're too far. Even though I can joke like that, but when it comes to God, I'm like, nah, I can't draw a line.
Fair enough.
All right. Last but not least, at 10 p.m., which will probably not start on time.
They never start on time.
If you are still awakened at your house, we got Clippers Lakers. Then
No, I'm not watching that.
you can watch Kobe jack up 30 shots.
I'm not watching that. I don't care.
And you can watch Kobe jack up 30 shots and make about 12.
If he's lucky.
Yeah.
I hate watching the Clippers play too. The Clippers should be way better than they are. I don't know what's wrong with them.
I think Lob City has fallen off. You know, they're still Lob City, but not many highlights.
They're Lob City 0.5.
Yeah.
It's the same team. They just aren't playing.
Same team, just not
coach. I don't like Doc Rivers that much.
I didn't think Doc Rivers could get him to the promised land anyway.
I think Doc is overrated as a coach.
I think he's a bit overrated. I like Doc. I think he's a great coach, but I don't think he could take the Clippers to the promised land.
Most of his success is due to having 3 of the top 10 players at the time on his team: Ray Allen, Paul Pierce, KG.
Yeah, because they were all in their prime.
And the original Big 3.
The original big.
They were the Big 3 before having a Big 3 was cool. So they just beat everybody because they were just more talented. They didn't have any competition. The competition was the Spurs. The Spurs didn't even go to the finals that often.
Back when they had Brandon Bass.
Yeah.
But Greg Steamsma. Rondo was a great add-on to them too.
Rondo was really good. Early Rondo, where he just had a bunch of assists. That makes me think of Colin Cowherd years ago. when he bashed John Wall for dancing, doing the Dougie before the game. That was the best. That was, I think, my favorite Colin Cowherd moment.
Yeah, I hate people.
He compared it to robbing a bank. It is
oh my god,
so unbelievable.
I just hate when people like to criticize fun.
Right?
Like, dancing in sports is fun. Like when I made a big play, I get up, I be like, let's go. I hit my celebration, I dap hands. I'm like, let's go.
Yeah, I can understand if you're in an office and the dude makes a sale and he's like, yeah,
I'm like,
we just did this. But like, they're professional athletes. They get paid to play a game. Let them have as much fun as they want. They don't have a real job. They play a sport. Sports are fun. They're entertainment. I don't want to see a bunch of dudes acting like robots. I want to see guys high-fiving, dancing, chest bumping, yelling at people. That's what I watch sports for. I watch sports.
Yes, exactly.
I don't want to watch robots run around in circles and try to throw balls at things. I hate that. That's annoying.
People watch sports for the passion of the players.
Yes, that's why I played football, to have fun and be passionate.
Yes,
I want to watch it to watch everyone else have passion and have fun playing it.
That is why people love college sports way more than professional, because college is where all the passion is.
All the passion.
Because college and high school, but college is way better than high school,
obviously,
because you have the underdogs versus the big guys, like Northern Iowa when they beat Kansas that year. Nobody thought they were going to win. Then you got this what was he? This Muslim dude just hit a corner 3 and sealed a deal for Northern Iowa, like Farouk Manesh. There's Farouk Manesh. Like, when you think of college basketball, you would think Farouk Manesh. But that's what you think when you hit an NCAA tournament. and you hear like BCS busters like Boise State.
Just chaos, and I love chaos in sports.
Chaos.
Chaos
All
is
right.
what makes sports go.
Exactly. All right. As we're gonna wrap it up, looking at the NFL Week 16, and what we got? Oh, Thursday night football tonight. Chargers Raiders. Are you gonna watch that, Justin?
No, maybe to watch Philip Rivers because he's on my fantasy team, but that's about it.
But the Raiders defense is balling. Well, Khalil Mack is balling.
Yeah, probably shouldn't even play him, but I don't have any more options.
Uh,
Because Khalil Mack is going to shred that offensive line, and they have no running game, and they have no receivers. Everyone's hurt. It's going to be a bad performance.
Hey, Dontrell Inman and Malcolm Floyd. Is Malcolm Floyd playing? Is he hurt?
I think
okay.
He played last week, but they still have Antonio Gates. That's all.
Yeah. I think I'll watch it just cause it's football on Christmas Eve. Oh, Christmas Eve. It's not on Christmas. Oh, there are bowl games on. I might not even watch it.
It depends what bowl game is on.
Yeah, it depends on how the game's going. But yeah, I'll watch. I'll flip to it.
Yeah.
Oh, first game was Saturday night. Redskins Eagles.
I had this game circled because it's kind of impactful. These two are still going for the division. It's crazy that the Eagles can still win the NFC East. Like it's how bad can one division be?
The NFC least is
NFC
what they are calling them.
Pathetic.
Oh my gosh. Shoot, who you got in Redskins Eagles?
The Redskins, they're gonna keep it going. The Eagles.
You like that? You like that?
The Eagles aren't very good. They somehow squeak wins out. I don't get it. The Patriots themselves against them.
I don't get how teams could be so good on Madden. Like, I'll play the Texans.
Because it's a video game.
Yeah, it's a video game, of course. I'll play the Texans. They just shut me down. And I'm the Falcons. They shut me down. Then in real life.
Maybe that's why the Falcons aren't good.
Yeah.
The Texans have the better record or the same record. Yeah, they have a better record. Get out of here.
Yeah. And and our offensive line is poo-poo in that game. And they have one of the best front sevens in the league.
Dude, you had to have a tight end play tackle last year. I don't want to hear you have a good offensive
line. No, I didn't say we had a good offensive line. I was just saying, I just speak for facts. I haven't picked these games yet, but I think I'm gonna take Kirk Cousins. I'm gonna take Kirk Cousins to win. I'm gonna take Redskins to win the division. Actually,
yeah, I think if they win this game, they win the division probably.
Ooh, Patriots.
It makes sense because there's only one game left. Yeah, Patriots Jets is another one that's circled on my calendar.
Do you believe in Fitzmagic?
Not against the Patriots. Especially in Foxborough.
I think they're in New York. Oh, they're in New York.
Okay. I didn't know how the orientation was on how I wrote these, but now we know.
They're in East Rutherford. Yeah. Okay. Patriots depleted. Jets at home.
No.
I think I'm gonna still take Brady.
Still taking the Patriots.
That defense that defense is good as always. And
Patriots find ways to win. They have Gronkowski. They find ways to win.
Oh, they signed Steven Jackson, the former Atlanta Falcon, to be their bell cow.
I don't want that to happen because that'll be fine because I have to play James White because I had LaShawn McCoy who got hurt.
Oh yeah, that's devastating news to the Eagles too. Not to the Eagles, to the Bills.
Yeah, I gotta play, but their season's over, so they're just playing for draft picks. And at this point, everyone should just lose if you're playing for draft picks.
Oh wow, that's pretty nice.
My team is fighting for a draft pick. That's why I want them to lose.
Oh yeah, y'all got. Oh yeah, let's go to them already. Y'all got the Chiefs this week. Who are on a roll? Yeah, you're not beating
Chiefs by 50.
Yeah, I won't go that far, but okay.
Chiefs by 50.
Panthers, Falcons. Can the Falcons play spoiler? No.
Simple. No.
I love my Falcons, but I think they'll have some more fire since we're in the dome. But I don't think we're going this one.
No way.
And the matchup that's usually intriguing around this time of year is not with Steelers Ravens.
The Ravens could find a way, but they're just too depleted.
They got Jimmy Clausen at quarterback.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot Chop was hurt too.
Jimmy Clausen is throwing to Kamar Aiken.
Yeah, you're right. But hey,
Even though
they got Buck Allen.
Buck Allen, what is he doing? I like Buck Allen from USC.
Yeah.
What is he doing? It seems like every year USC they do all right. It's because of USC that people expect them to do great, but they do all right. They come out 7-5, 8-4 because of the past few years with Lane Kiffin and Sarkisian, which I didn't support that hire whatsoever, but I'm not getting on that.
Yeah.
But they always tune out like decent pros. Like they're productive. They're not flashy, but like Buck Allen. He's going to give you good production.
Yeah, they do produce solid talent. Like Ray Maluga's good.
Maluga's good, not great.
He's good enough to be in the league for like 10 years.
Oh yeah, he's a solid linebacker. Don't get me wrong; he's very worthy of being the focal point of that Bengals defense. But it's good, not great. Yeah, with John David Booty, that name alone. All right,
The best name in football is Jim Bob Cooter.
Jim Bob. I always wanted Jim Bob to see.
All right, next game. What do you got?
Texans Titans.
Texans thing. And Mettenberger's playing. Get out of here.
Oh yeah, Texans need that playoff spot too.
Yeah, they'll come out hot. Led by JJ Watt.
Colts Dolphins. I want to say it's irrelevant, but Colts need that spot.
The Dolphins. I feel like the Dolphins are gonna win.
Dan Campbell and muscle arms.
I'm really shocked how bad they've gotten. Like they were so hot with him to start, and now he's just so bad.
They played the Texans and the Rams. Those first couple of games, it was not a good team. It was the AFC South. They didn't play good. That's why the Falcons started out hot because we started off with the NFC East.
It was still exciting to watch though.
That's how we started out with. We started out with the Texans, part of the AFC South, part of the NFC East. And that's why we went 5-0. People just like hop on the bandwagon. I'm like, no, we're really not that good. We had to come back to beat the Giants. We had to come back to beat the Cowboys.
Speaking of having to come back to beat the Giants, you remember that stat that said that if their games ended like a minute shorter, that they would be like 10-1 or whatever?
Oh yeah, that's an incredible stat. that is incredible.
Hilarious. But yeah, I feel like the Dolphins are going to learn from their mistakes and actually give Lamar Miller the ball.
Let's hope, because they have the same problem Ohio State had against Michigan State.
Shh, I don't want to talk about that.
Oh yeah, because you're an Ohio State student. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that hits me right in the gut. I don't want to talk about that.
Do you know any of the football players? Any of the big time ones?
I see him walking around. I don't know anyone personally.
Oh, you should walk through. Hey man, I'm a big fan. Autograph. Take a pic. Take a selfie.
Hey. All violations happen. Calm down.
Yeah, never do that. 49ers Lions, which is very irrelevant.
I don't care about that game. Skip it.
Cowboys Bills, nope. Packers Cardinals.
My game of the week.
Game of the week. No doubt.
Packers have a chance to prove themselves against a competitive defense, but I just don't think it's going to work out for them. Their offensive line is so down. But don't put it past Aaron Rodgers to put the team on their shoulders and carry him.
James Jones is his number one target. James Jones, who we thought was out of the league when he went to the Raiders.
Hey,
but he's back.
I don't know why he left to begin with. That confused me.
Because I think the Raiders gave him more money. And he probably wanted to prove he was number one receiver because he is riding behind Jordy Nelson and Randall Cobb. And I guess he wanted to prove he was number one, or he wanted the money. And it didn't work out at all. Didn't work out at all.
That just proves how good Aaron Rodgers is.
Yeah, pretty much like Brady. That's what happens. Like Deion Branch, I think he left the Pats, then he go to the Seahawks.
Yeah.
And he did all right.
They should have beat the Seahawks in the playoffs. They should have went to the Super Bowl.
Blah, blah, blah.
Their head coach screwed them. He totally. I'm a Packers fan, like you're a Steelers fan. They're my number two because you got to root for someone good when your team is terrible for so long.
True.
And I landed on them because I love Aaron Rodgers so much.
Packers Cards. That's a tough pick, but I'm gonna go with the Cards, man.
Yeah, gotta
David
go with the
Johnson.
gotta go with the Cards.
That's gonna be a defensive battle. I don't know.
Oh,
I don't expect that game to be high scoring at all because that's two good defenses right there. But
no.
I'm gonna go with Cards just because they're on a roll.
I do want to see how they play without Tyrann Mathieu.
Mm. And if the Packers lose, we got Giants Vikes. So if the Vikes win, are they tied for first, or did the Packers win that first bout?
I think it's 1-1. Let me check.
That's one thing. If that's one thing I don't get about playoffs in the last week. There's so many like tiebreakers. Like they need this team to win and this team to win and this team to lose and this team to lose. I'm like, I can't get into it.
Yeah, because it goes from it goes overall record head to head. Then I think um, in the division, if it's a divisional opponent, if it's not a divisional opponent, it goes to I think um, like overall like strength of schedule or some weird stuff.
Yeah. Well, the Packers won the first meeting 30-13.
Yeah,
So
and then they play next week for the division if they lose.
yeah. So they need the Packers to lose.
Yeah,
So I think Giants without Beckham, no chance. Give me the Vikes.
100%. Even with Odell, give me the Vikings. They can't
Yeah.
stop the run. Adrian Peterson's going to have a huge game.
Even though the Vikings are kind of depleted on defense because Linval Joseph's hurt, Barr's questionable, Harrison Smith's questionable. Very, very underrated young talent that the Vikings have. That's why they've been predicted to be a good team this year because of all the young talent they have. And Teddy's I think Teddy's in the sophomore slump a little bit.
Teddy Two Gloves, baby.
Teddy two gloves. He's in a sophomore slump a little bit.
That's for sure. He doesn't have very many weapons on the offensive side besides Adrian, but he doesn't throw the ball to Adrian. So
Diggs. He has Diggs.
Yeah, Diggs, but he's still a rookie, still learning the game.
They're both still learning.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got Charles Johnson and Mike Wallace.
Meh.
Who you would
fall off the face of the earth.
You would expect them to be serviceable, Charles Johnson and Mike Wallace, but they haven't been this year. I mean, they've been all right, but they haven't been the targets that people thought they would be.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. I think the Steelers system made Mike Wallace. All they had to do was throw the ball to him.
Yeah, it was just throw the ball downfield and he'll make plays.
And was he with Todd Haley? I don't think he was with Todd Haley then.
It was, I think, before Todd Haley.
Yeah, I don't know who was their coordinator then, but yeah, the Steelers made him, and yeah, he fell off since then. All right, an actually good Monday night game, Bengals Broncos.
This is a tough one. This is probably the biggest game of the week. I don't know. I don't really know how the tiebreakers win or go, but if the Broncos win, they're tied for the 2 seed.
Ooh, isn't this the battle of the backup QBs?
Osweiler, AJ, yeah.
Osweiler's been there longer, but the Bengals. This is another defensive battle. Another defensive battle. I don't expect many points. I think the Bengals have more weapons on offense than the Broncos. So I think AJ.
Whoa!
On offense, I don't know, man. Come on, you got Sanu, you got AJ Green, you got Marv Jones, and you got Eifert, and you got Jeremy Hill.
Isn't it Eifert hurt?
I think he's questionable.
I think they ruled him out today.
Did they?
I may be wrong, but I think they ruled him out today.
I don't know, but they have some great weapons. That's all I know. They have great offensive weapons.
So I mean, you got Demaryius Thomas, you got Emmanuel Sanders,
you
got Cody Latimer, who's kind of emerging.
He's coming up. I had how
you got Vernon Davis, who drops the ball all the time.
I don't know why I traded for him.
It was low risk. He stretches the field, he opens it up. It's better than Owen Daniels.
I mean, he had speed.
It was a 7th round pick, whatever.
Dude
was probably not like a 7th round pick's probably not going to make the team and be impactful, so it's a low risk.
That's one thing. I haven't heard a comeback story of a 7th round pick. That's what I'm waiting on.
Yeah.
like great first round picks, great second round picks, great third round picks, great picks in every round that you hear about, except the seventh. You don't hear about a seventh round pick becoming a superstar.
There's probably a couple, but I just don't know any off the top of my head.
Yeah, I probably don't know any. And wait,
let's try to find some for our listeners next week.
Oh yeah, that'll be a game. And a Mr. Irrelevant superstar. I'm waiting for a Mr. Irrelevant superstar.
Has one like ever made a team?
No, I think they've made teams, but they haven't been like good.
Yeah.
Like starter good.
They're usually like long snappers and stuff.
Like there's a reason they were set up around. See, one thing I don't get is La'el Collins. Like the thing is, it didn't sound like when the news first came out about him getting arrested, not getting arrested, but getting taken into custody for like questioning. Mm-hmm. It was like the day before the draft, or like 2 days before the draft. What I don't get is like that one thing alone scared teams off. Like if I was the Falcons, I'm gonna spend like a 6th or 7th rounder on him. So if he does get arrested, we don't have to pay that much money.
Yeah, but it's better for everybody if you just let him go, because
you take the precautions.
Take the precautions. If he gets, it could be him. So then you just wasted a pick that for a dude that's probably going to be in jail if he was the one that committed the crime.
But
even since he went undrafted, I think he was forced to get paid less than everybody.
Yeah,
which is economically better for everybody, because we learned this in my sports econ class this year, that it. I know, I'm dropping out my knowledge. The first time I'm ever using anything I've learned in college so far. But like with the player draft, it helps. Since they're forced to be paid a certain amount, it allows the owners to pay more for the veteran athletes. Obviously, of course, the veteran athletes get more, so they want to keep it. And then the third factor is that to get those players, you have to trade property rights for like draft picks and stuff. So it just keeps everybody.
Yeah, it's always good to take precautions before you invest in something.
Yeah,
but still, it didn't sound like he had anything to do with it. Anyway, so me personally, if I was a GM, I would have convinced everybody in the room, we got to grab him. I don't care if he gets arrested. If we do, it's on me. But I'm spending a 7th round pick on him. Like especially because on the Falcons, because he went to the Cowboys. The Cowboys, who have one of the best offensive lines in the league, and he's a 6th man. He's a 6th man on that roster.
Cowboys don't care about having criminals. That's
oh, don't go there.
We talked about it when I was on at the Horn on Jeremy and Kyle's show. One of the topics was Greg Hardy, and I defended him. Not like I didn't defend his actions, but I defended him being on the Cowboys.
Oh, geez, Greg Hardy. Oh yeah, shout out to Jeremy Chisenhall and Kyle Lance on at the Horn show. Jeremy Chisenhall, now former Sports Talk feed writer, he has moved up to the big time at SB Nation. So, got to give Jeremy a shout out, and Kyle, who is our college football, the head of our college football department. So, got to give them both a shout out because they have a great show also. And
you could check them out on iTunes.
Oh yeah, check them out on iTunes. They just got released. They just got approved for iTunes, so they have 5 episodes, I want to say now.
Yeah.
Unless say this one. Yeah. So go ahead and check them out. And did you make a pick for Bengals Broncos? I'm gonna take Bengals.
I'm gonna take the Broncos just to make things interesting. Like I said earlier, I like chaos.
Yeah. I think AJ McCandolph does his thing. And
I don't think they can't run the ball against that defense. No one can run the ball against the Broncos.
I'm telling you, it's gonna be a great defensive battle. And it's gonna be on Monday night. I think if it was on Sunday night on NBC, I would love it. Just because of the format of NBC, just like it's like gritty, and it's like it's set the theme song, like waiting all day for Sunday night.
No. I like it.
No, yes, it's Carrie Underwood.
It's a good break from the typical music you hear.
Da, 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 da. Yes.
Yeah,
Oh
but
yeah.
it sucks. I have to watch Monday Night Raw. I may
No.
have to put the Monday night game on my laptop.
Oh yeah. See, that's the advantage of having a laptop.
It's awesome.
I miss Hank Williams Jr. I don't care what he said. I don't care why he got fired. I miss the and he had customized lyrics for every game. And that like amazed me. I was like, did he do this before the season? Or did he do this like on like days before? Because he would say like recent stuff. So I'm just like, when did he make
Well,
this?
they have people that just write it for them.
Yeah, but still, I know he didn't make it up. It's just the fact that he put recent stuff in there. And was just like, why they got the Cowboys over loss and like all this stuff. I was like, oh my gosh, I love this. It's like
You're such a loser.
you can't tell me nobody misses Hank Williams on Monday Night Football. You can't tell me.
I agree with you.
You know, now it's just like it's like going through the time. It's like starting off with Monday Night Football from like 1976 and going through the years and all this.
It's okay, PJ. I know you got to enjoy the little things in life.
Exactly. Enjoy the little things. And if you don't have anything else, I think that wraps us up.
That wraps it up for the first episode of Sore Losers. For you guys wondering why it's called Sore Losers, we're both, like, I'm a Cleveland guy, so all my teams have not won very much recently. Thankfully, we have the Cavs, who will hopefully turn me into a sore winner soon. So fingers crossed for that.
I'm from Georgia, so I'm an all ATL guy who most fans of Georgia aren't. So I like the Falcons, the Braves, the Hawks, and Georgia football. And so we are the state of letdowns. Like all of our teams, they get to the playoffs and let us down. I can tell you about
the last time you had a ring as a city.
When was the last time Atlanta had a ring? Had a championship ring.
I know.
I want to say, what is the Braves in 1990?
95.
Oh, 95? Yeah.
You know how I know I'm destined to be a lifetime loser?
Why?
The Atlanta Braves beat the Cleveland Indians in the World Series the year.
Oh yeah.
In my birth year, in heartbreaking fashion. That's how I know I was destined to be a loser.
Yeah. I was born 2 years after that.
Young
Let's
buck.
go.
Hey, guess what? The Indians lost that year too.
This is great news. All right, I just want to apologize if we get off topic too, just because like our minds are filled with so much information about sports in general that we tend to compare a lot of different things. So
yeah, this was our first show. We're gonna try to clean this up a lot. And thanks for sticking with us. Hope you guys come back next week. Any last words, PJ?
Nope. Hope people have the happy holidays, happy Kwanzaa, Hanukkah, Merry Christmas, all that. Happy holidays to the people. Love you.
Happy holidays, guys. Thanks for listening.